Hello, welcome back to Collectible Stonks. Today I wanted to talk about the Metazoo Alpha Investments promotional kit that released yesterday evening. Only 1,000 of these kits were made, and of course, within 20 minutes, the entire stock sold out. In this kit, you would be able to get 2 first edition boxes, a spellbook, 2 tribal deck themes. I believe they're random from what he said. A limited edition playmat, and a limited edition Alpha Investments promotional card. It's called the Investment Sasquatch, and it features Rudy, of course, which is hilarious. So this kit is kind of pricey in the secondary market. He only charged $500, which is, I think, in my opinion, was a great steal. In fact, currently first edition boxes are selling anywhere between $150 to $200 a box on the secondary market. So the fact that there's 2 of those alone, and then the promotional items, and then the spell book, the tribal decks, the release event deck, it just kind of adds more value to it. So there was less risk, like he said. However, I think the playmat and the card are really what's gonna boom in the secondary market, just basing it off of the limited piece. So the playmat has only 1,000 playmats in general. Like there's only 1,000 of those playmats created for this promotional kit, and no more are being made. So that alone is going to be a highly sought after collectible item for Metazoo. This is an official Metazoo playmat that you could only get if you were a patron of Alpha Investments of Rudy. The other promotional item included in this kit was the Investment Sasquatch, which is Rudy, of course. It's hilarious. It's a really nice looking card. Those were actually printed, I believe it was 2,000 cards that were made, and that's it. Now, granted, he's only going to give out 1,000, so only 1,000 are going to be officially in circulation. The other 1,000 are either going to be kept in his safe, possibly destroyed, or even possibly given out at future Metazoo release events through his Patreon. So we really don't know what the other 1,000 where they're gonna be. But that still begs the question. There's only 1,000 playmats. There's only 1,000 of those cards in circulation. The price points for those cards may be easily a few $100s down the road, especially if this game does take off, and it seems like it will, considering the fan base is 100% behind this product. And it seems like the company is starting to do things right. Not that they weren't doing it right, but they're starting to get more. What's the word? They're starting to get the ball rolling in a sense. And granted, they did have some product issues with shipping. A lot of the boxes are dinged up apparently, but that should be changing in the near future for their next set that's going to be coming out. But that's kind of where Metazoo is currently at. The market has reacted pretty positively to the first edition boxes that have come out. I believe MSRP for those are like $100, maybe less than that, maybe $80. And so the fact that they're selling for about $150 to $200 a box is a pretty good sign that there is demand for this game. Granted, I don't think it's going to be like Flesh and Blood where, 3-4 months from now, those boxes are going to be worth a lot more, because really the only difference between the first edition boxes and the second edition boxes that I can find are going to be, I believe, the print, where it says first edition or second edition on the cards. Now, I may be wrong, and, you guys are more than welcome to correct me on that in the comment section. I'm still relatively new to the game. I'm still trying to learn a little bit more as I go. But I think that's going to be one of the big things, is that, Flesh and Blood cold foiling versus regular rainbow foils, that's a huge difference. As to where with Metazoo, it's just a little, the stamp on the card that dictates the rarity, or not the rarity, but which print run you got, first edition, second edition, and so on. So we'll see how that plays out. But still, I think this kit was pretty insane for the price point, $500, and you get all of those items. Easily worth at least double that. In fact, I've already seen eBay listings for that exact price. I think people are trying to sell them for about $1,000 for the kits. I don't know if they've sold. In fact, I'm probably going to pull it up as I record this. I'm probably going to start recording the video showing whether they have gone up in price or not. So I just checked, and sure enough, yeah, it has gone to $1,000 a pop. Granted, you know, I think there's only one sold listing for the entire kit, and that was for $800. So that is the only officially confirmed sold listing on eBay for the entire Metazoo bundle that Rudy had up on his Patreon account. So every other one is currently at anywhere between $900 to $1,000. I believe there's one that's just the playmat and the Rudy Sasquatch promo card for $550. So yeah, like this kit was actually quite a banger. It was lots of value there, very low risk in my opinion. Sure, you still run the risk of Metazoo not being here in a few years, but in the present, you know, you get a lot of really cool stuff. And heck, if you were to sell just the promotional items alone, you may even break even on the entire kit. You know, once the market dictates that price, we will be able to see that data more correctly. But from the looks of it, you know, this is going to be a highly sought after mat and a highly sought after promotional card. So keep y'all's eyes out on these promotional items, because they're probably going to be very expensive, you know, especially since it was, you know, tied behind a Patreon paywall. And granted, you know, he's out of spots, so really you can't join his Patreon anymore. So that alone is going to make the card and the mat even more expensive. So we'll see how this plays out. Very, very excited to receive my bundle from Rudy. Hopefully I can show it off on the channel. I may be, you know, putting up a little camera showing off the promotional card, the promotional mat, and just kind of keep talking about what I feel about Metazoo. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't know too much about it. I have been in their Discord. I have been following them here and there, but I still have not managed to play the game, mainly because in my area, the game hasn't really taken off, at least around my preferred LGS. So we'll see how that goes. I kind of want to learn to play the game. I may try to get a couple of my friends involved in the game so I can learn a little bit more and be able to talk to you guys with more confidence and more knowledge regarding the game. But until then, you know, I do appreciate you guys checking this out. I will be following the price point of this bundle. I believe they're going to start shipping out by next week. So once we start seeing more data, I will definitely be uploading another video. Thanks again for checking out the channel, y'all. If you are not yet subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you liked the video, hit that like button. Thanks again.